Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. I can't remember what we're due for, so we're gonna random, and we randomed Isaac. Hey, that's probably either the best or the worst of all possible worlds. Are we doing a seeded Northernlion Live Super Show run? Indeed we are. Okay, start, random. Judas, alright, we've played as Judas a lot recently. Some of those have worked out and some of them haven't. Well, we've gone from a seed that, you know, I was accidentally playing it. It was from Thursday's Super Show, but a seed that I know is pretty easy to gain victory on, as we ended up doing it on that one. I think both Nick and I actually ended up beating the game on that one, which is pretty rare. Usually one or the other ends up winning. Or neither, sometimes. And a character that starts with a lot of HP, and a floor that is not Curse of the Labyrinth. Now we're on a floor where we need 2 keys right off the bat just to access the item rooms. And mind you, I'm pretty psyched about the amount of money we have. We have no HP, basically. And if we get hit once, it pretty much, you know, scuttles our deal with the devil chances for the time being. Oh, thank God for that bomb. If this gives me a spirit heart and a key, I would be completely thrilled. Well, it gave me a key, which is a pretty good start. But I'm gonna be using the key for the shop instead of using the key for the item room because we're very, you know, privileged enough to have 16 cents already despite only being like 4 rooms deep. It's kind of an interesting setup to find ourselves in right off the bat. For better and for worse. And we don't have rerolls to worry about, so we don't have to worry about, you know, what order we go to the rooms in or anything like that. And the fact that we are on an XL floor might be a bit of a blessing in disguise in one very unusual way, in that the secret room should adhere to normal secret room generation rules, which means we could possibly, if we get more bombs, bomb our way into the secret room and then into the item room, which just gives us, you know, a slightly greater chance of actually being able to access maybe one item room that we wouldn't otherwise be able to do so if we didn't have a key. But for now, we're in an okay position. We just need to get something, like one more tinted rock that actually has a spirit heart in it would go a long way. Because all we really need to do is get going, you know? It's like a rocket. Let's not call it a rocket because I don't know anything about rocketry. Instead, we'll call it an airplane because I have made paper ones of those in the past. Please explode, thank you. It's a ton of money. And by the way, we're just gonna grind this out and maybe go down and try to get to our shop before we go to our boss room. An airplane, you know, once it's in the air, probably pretty much flies itself. You know, I'm not a pilot or anything like that, but the hard part is, you know, getting that lift generated at takeoff. You know, that's where things could potentially go terribly, terribly wrong. Hopefully none of you have flights coming up that you have anxiety about. If you're statistically much more likely to die on the way to the airport, especially with the way the taxi drivers drive. Am I right? No, seriously though, you're probably gonna die in a car accident. I'm just joking, but wear your seatbelt, please. That's what a Judas run is like. Once you get up in the air, get a couple of HP under your belt, maybe some tears upgrades, you're in a pretty good position, relative to where you are when you start, at least. You just gotta get to that position to actually start with. And probably our first 2 boss rooms is where we'd be expecting to snag at least 1 HP and be able to make some dreams come true there. We'll see if that ends up being a reality here. Justice, this is great. I was really hoping maybe we'd get a stars card, but this pretty much accomplishes the same thing. And we have enough money that if there's just a key in our shop, we will actually be able to visit both item rooms. Ah, never mind, we've already got it. Okay, this floor has turned out surprisingly well. There's also a boss trap room, which I didn't expect. It only has a range upgrade, so I might not want to fight 2 level 1 bosses to get a range upgrade, at least not before I fight 1 level 1 boss, you know, twice to possibly get HP upgrades. Alright, let's check out our shop first, see what we got going on here. Map, I would say that is a very good choice for us. Now, there is no key in our shop, but I'm totally going to buy this anyway, because that will protect us. And our secret room is right here. It doesn't allow us to get access to any of the item rooms without using keys, but that's okay too. And we get Bob's Rotten Head, which is just a, you know, piece of garbage item. But hey, at least we don't have to deal with it ever again. And we can start working our way towards these item rooms. Yes. Now, hopefully we just snag 1 HP from a boss, and then we can start build. Ah, never mind. Well, I mean, I still hope we snag more HP from a boss, but this item room has turned out pretty fantastically for us so far. I'd say this is a relatively ideal cane floor. Now all we need to do is secure our deal with the devil, then we'll go get that range upgrade, because why not get it, you know? It's not like it's the worst upgrade in the world. We might as well take it out of the rotations so it doesn't show up on a boss room in the future. Then we get technology 2. Okay, so this is gonna lower our damage, but probably like grossly raise our DPS, and beyond that, make for an interesting run, which is perhaps even more important. So now I'm really hoping we fight some enemies where piercing shots makes a big difference. Pin, Larry Jr., Duke of Flies. There's a lot of them on the first floor. First one's going to be Pin. I would say we definitely don't need to use Book of Belial here. We'll save that for our next boss instead. Alright, so this should be very easy, especially if I can get him to jump at me kind of parallel to the way that I'm shooting. We're already about halfway through it here. Seems like this champion version of Pin only jumps. He doesn't actually have any like bombs or shots or anything like that, except for the ones that shoot when he jumps. Very easy. There's an HP upgrade and another Spirit Heart, which I'm not going to pick up yet, even though it seems like a good idea. Just in case we would lose it going to our curse room. Ah, yeah, little Widow here. Low HP, but I think a much better use of our Book of Belial here, because we don't get the, you know, synergistic benefit of having piercing shots, basically, and hitting multiple body segments at the same time. So this is going to be super easy, pretty much guaranteed to deal with the devil, and we'll be trying to stack up as much damage as is humanly possible. And we got 2 HP there. This is actually a pretty incredible floor as far as Judas goes. Unfortunately, we got a crap deal with the devil. We could take 9 lives. It still wouldn't allow us to take Guppy's Paw, though, so I kind of feel like, you know what? Let's ignore it for now. We might as well take this at this point. I'm still going to go to the curse room, so we're going to end up losing a Spirit Heart anyway. So be it. But yeah, this floor, you know, let's take a look at the negatives. There aren't really any. Our deal with the devil kind of sucked, but that's only a negative because we don't get, you know, the easy high damage items. Instead, we're going to have to deal with the Angel Precedent, which is fine. You know, we can build a defensive run instead of an offensive run, and we already have Book of Belial for off... Right, I can't go in there anymore because I got so much HP. That's fine. What did we end up losing out on? A range upgrade. Big whoop. Alright, but yeah, we already have good damage from Technology 2, at least DPS from Technology 2, and Book of Belial, of course, will help us out in that regard as well. If I could choose between having that range upgrade or between having 4 HP, I would probably take 4 HP. So I don't feel too salty about that, although I would have loved to have picked it up anyway. I guess with Technology 2, it's pretty much worthless as well, but I was thinking, hey, you know, maybe we'll get a consumable for finishing it. And the bosses should be really easy. Larry Jr. is incredibly easy to take out when you have piercing shots like this. Alrighty. So we have the map. And we do have a key. I'm going to check and see if maybe there's a terminal over here. There is. It's an item room. Bad damage. I really want to keep this Spirit Heart alive. I think I'm going to go to the item room, even though we do have the possibility of making the shop worthwhile. Our item room sucked, by the way. The reason I thought the item room was maybe more pressing for us was because there's no secret room available on this floor, which is absolute horse hockey, but at the same time, sometimes that does come to pass. So it's pretty unlikely that we'll be able to get to 15 cents anyway, and of course now I'm going to eat my words. If we can still make the shop worthwhile on this floor, I would love to do so. I'm skeptical of the chances, but hey, in Isaac, you can be skeptical and, you know, something could be a very low percentage chance and still end up working out and making you look like a damn fool. So we'll see. Don't need that yet. Let's see who we're fighting. It's going to be Goity. Not such a bad boss fight, but also not who I'd be fighting ideally. What's the problem with it? Relatively high HP, and, you know, we don't get that much synergistic benefit from having piercing shots here in the form of technology. That being said, when the flies are spawned, it should be pretty easy for us to do this. By the way, of course, you know, there's going to be flashing lights here, as you're probably noticing. Feel free to look away if you feel like this is bad for your health. I sometimes feel a little weird when I fight Gertie because the flashing, it just, I don't know, man. Again, I don't think that, you know, I have, like, late onset epilepsy or anything like that. Maybe I do. I'm not trying to say that it's anything to be ashamed of. It just makes my brain feel weird to keep looking at it. It's like a 2001 Space Odyssey thing going on. So we picked up some more HP. It's a conservative, you know, good, but at the same time, it does help us out. No deal with the Angel, which means we've got a very good chance to get one on the next floor, especially if we just don't take red heart damage, which is conceivable. Hoping we get money and a key out of this. That's, well, if we find a blood bank, that'll end up being amazing. If we don't find a blood bank, well, crap. I was hoping they'd both pop up at the same time. It sort of worked. That's alright. Well, can't really trade for that. Not that we would even want to. And without a Spirit Heart, I would say our curse room is pretty much a no-brainer here. Yeah, we don't have a compass, so that could end up being a self-sacrifice room on the right side, but I hope it isn't. Although maybe I hope it is. There's a lot of red hearts that we can pick up and maybe get something out of this. Ah, even better. It's fighting Sloth. So you might say, hey, you got Book of Belial. You should use it on this special enemy. I don't think so. Sloth is pretty easy. Now, Tarot card. I don't really care. Let's see what we get. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I care now. That sucks a little bit. Well, that's the end of this floor. So we pretty much just snagged 1 HP. That's not great, but it does provide us with the potential, especially if we're on the caves part 2, we have a really nice capability of maybe having an amazing floor coming up. Why do I say that? Well, we have enough money to spawn an arcade, enough HP to play a blood bank, like, realistically for quite a long time. No keys, and no way to get ourselves into that, oh, don't take damage here. No way to get ourselves into a special room via the secret room, so we might as well just access the secret room right away. And that's a 1-up. Acceptable item, but I would have preferred the money, maybe. Kind of hoping we find our boss room right off the bat, because I'm skeptical of my ability to not take damage for as long as it might be necessary in order to get ourselves that, you know, special post-boss room. Ooh, we got very lucky that our tier actually killed that eyeless ooze guy, or, you know, eye-full ooze guy. Come on. Otherwise, we would have had a very tricky dodge ahead of us. 11 cents. There's our boss room. Okay, we gotta be quick here. Almost to the... Come on! Almost to the point where I was like, we should use Book of Belial on this room. And it turns out, you know, we probably should have. Oh well. Now we have Book of Belial available for the boss. We'll try not to take damage against the boss. It gives us a slight deal with the devil, or, you know, angel chance. And we are lucky enough to be fighting a boss that's pretty easy when you have piercing shots. But yeah, that pretty terrible room generation just prior to the boss fight there. But, truth be told, probably the best play was to, use Book of Belial on that room preceding it. That's alright, you learn something new every day. Sometimes. Alright, Bombs are key. Doesn't do anything for us. That's a really good time to discover that pill. Balls of Steel. Bad gas. And... okay, well, you know, not the best coin purse, but we got 2 Spirit Hearts. Let's just consider that to be like a shittier version of Squeezy. Now, we have 1 key, so at the very least we're gonna have a chance to get something else. Of course, there is a very realistic chance that there is greed on our shop, and that's not necessarily bad. We also have possibly a second blood bank, but a boss trap room adjacent to it, which we can totally make good use of, especially since we got this Balls of Steel pill. So, coin purse might still pay dividends for us. We're gonna have more than enough money to get something from the shop if we do indeed end up not fighting greed. This is just standard play right here. And yeah, you know what? I'll fight for Pageant Boy. Oh, geez, I didn't expect him to... I mean, I expected him to spawn close. I didn't expect him to hit me with the spawn, though. And why go through this for like 7 cents when we already have a ton of money from the blood bank? Well, who's our second boss here? Larry Jr. First boss, Monstro, is not going to be like the easiest boss we could ever face, but we've also faced him, you know, like 700 times, so pretty much got his number, even though he did manage to do some damage to us right off the bat. But the second boss being Larry Jr. means that it's pretty much automatic. Really? You should be dead. There we go. Yeah, like killing Larry Jr., very, very easy with unlimited range and piercing shots. Almost got tagged there, but that's okay. So we're hoping to snag a lot of HP here, if possible. That's not really helpful. And if we can have 2 blood banks, that would be amazing, because we could actually use the first one. We learned a little. We could use the first one to give us HP that we could then trade to the second one, assuming we have enough, you know, Spirit Hearts left to guarantee our survival, or at least, you know, in all likelihood, guarantee our survival. Curse Room. Tempting. Very tempting indeed. Just gotta make sure that my Spirit Hearts are actually gonna last, because getting a couple of blood bags, or even an IV bag and guaranteeing us a blood bag in the future is a little bit more valuable, probably, than just going to the Curse Room. Curse Room could be good, though. I know people are probably screaming, just like, go to the shop, you idiot, but we will. I promise we will. I just want to, you know, kind of explore first and see what's up. I don't think it's worth risking a Spirit Heart there. I definitely don't think it's worth spending a key there. And there is no arcade, which is unfortunate. But hey, at least we got 1 blood bank. That's more than we could have had. Now, these guys are... I should probably tackle them from the other direction. This one's looking a little tricky, but we got the job done anyway. Okay, so what's our recourse here? First off, we curse the game for not giving us very much HP, which is just kind of ridiculous, I think. Where's the red hearts? On the last floor, there were like 8 red hearts on the ground. This floor, we've got basically none. Except for the boss room. Or, yeah, the boss room. So we're going to buy a Spirit Heart. We're going to buy our other key. Spirit Heart will protect us. I'm not... I could go to the Curse Room, but I think I'm better off just trying to guarantee myself a special room later. Oh, there's a half red heart here. Really? It's kind of sad. We'll see what's in our item room. Well, we'll gamble on the blood bank first. If this pays out with a blood bag, I would be pretty psyched. Otherwise, we didn't really gain that much from this floor. I will go to the Curse Room. I need damage at this point, so why not? Come on, come on. Okay, well, thanks for the nickel anyway. And it would be nice if our item room here could actually be a little bit more useful than the one on the last floor. We don't need the game, kid. We don't need any spacebar item. Much prefer just some passive... Hey, that's actually excellent. Miter helps us out a lot. And the other thing is, you know, we might have deal with the angel precedent. So I'm super stoked to have the Miter, because it means that not only is it good, but it means that one item is taken out of that deal with the angel pool. So we hopefully have access to more items. Not that I'd be sad if the Miter showed up. It's kind of a weird, false dilemma to put ourselves in, but hopefully you get what I'm saying there. Alright. Well, I guess we're done with this floor. There's not really a whole lot we can do. You know, okay. Normally, 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't do this, but I'm feeling, you know, it's a Saturday morning here. I'm feeling like I can spend some time relaxing, just drinking some coffee and gambling a little bit to try to make this work. So we're gonna gamble a little bit on our Wheel of Fortune card here, and that's, well, about as much gambling as I have a taste for anyway. Now, please tell me this worked out. Incentivize gambling. Maybe I didn't mean it like that. Okay, well, didn't work out. We got some money out of it, though. I mean, if it had to pay out like that, I guess I'm glad that it did. Okay, so it's down to the next floor, and the next floor is really a big one for us. We're doing fine, as far as I'm concerned, but I would very, very much like to get a special room on the next floor. Necropolis is going to make that a little difficult, but hey, that's sometimes, you know, you sharpen yourself when you fight the more difficult floors of the game. That's my opinion on it, at least. You know, challenges help make a man or woman stronger, sometimes. But if you're lazy, then they're annoying. So we're gonna have to, you know, we got a weird little secondary game going on here of, is this room Book of Belial worthy? This room, I think, is not Book of Belial worthy. Why? Enemies, you know, relatively low HP. We have infinite range, so we can outrange them. And we can hit multiple enemies at once, but I guess that's gonna be true for pretty much every enemy we face. Can't get in there yet, that's okay. Keys have been in short supply on this run so far, but that's not the end of the world. This is perfect. Oh, come on. Yeah, as long as they stayed in a line, we'd be fine. So we don't know what this one does. I'll probably hold it for now, just because I'm very wary. You know, one room on Necropolis can seriously, you know, get you hit like 5 times. So I don't want to accidentally take a bad trip or something like that. And we know it's not Balls of Steel, so it's like Spirit Hearts are the only thing that matters right now. Oh my god, are you seeing the turret shots that are coming out from this horse hockey? Okay, this is fine. Do we know what this one is? If that was Balls of Steel, I would have been so happy. Right now, we're actually at a not insignificant risk of death. We have the 1-up, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I found pills. Tricky one. Bit of a tricky one. And this is not our boss fight. I'm still going to go through with it just in case we can gain some HP maybe. And this one is absolutely not worth using Book of Belial, but, you know, we should have used Book of Belial on one of the last 3 rooms, probably the one with the turrets on it. That's alright. Every run's got, a, you know, a little bit of a different priority list for Book of Belial. Can't access that chest, unfortunately. And you should be deceased. Do we know this one? Balls of Steel. Okay. Well, I'm very glad we went through with this room then. Not really interested in possibly risking a Spirit Heart to get that pill. I don't think that's worthwhile. This is proving to be a little bit more of a tactical run than I thought it would be at first. This is not as easy as it might have appeared at first blush. Our first floor was, ooh, this is definitely worth it. Our first floor was very, very kind to us. And floors since then have not necessarily been held to that same standard. We got very lucky there, and we hit Super Wrath with that. Alright, this was actually like the easiest boss fight that I think I've seen against Super Wrath. We should have been in a much more harrowing spot, but it went fine. We also picked up Mr. Mega. You know, great item. My favorite bomb-related item, with the exception of maybe Pyro, but I really, really like Mega Bombs. They do so much damage. And we got 5 extra bombs. And we picked up a key from the fight that we're... Oh my god. That we're totally going to use to go to the shop. And even more bombs. Hopefully... Well, we know the shop won't have greed in it because we already fought a mini-boss. So hopefully we pick up, like, the compass or something. And the question with Judas is always, like, if Blue Candle shows up, do we go with that? Or do we stick with Book of Belial? I think because we have technology, I'm probably better off sticking with Book of Belial. It might seem like they're unrelated, and they might even be unrelated, but I think technology, because you can hit multiple enemies at the same time, having a DPS increase, or like a damage increase per tick, seems like a really nice idea. I mean, it always is a really nice idea, but if, you know, if you're hitting 4 enemies at once and your damage goes up, that seems like it's 4 times better than it would be if you only hit 1 enemy at once. Maybe I'm mistaken, though. So this floor, we haven't really blown it out yet, but I'm super stoked to have gotten as many Spirit Hearts as we have. That's incredibly fortunate. And if we can get that special room, that's what matters. Steam sale. I don't think it's worth it. This late. We also just randomly got a Spirit Heart there. Thank you, Miter. Magician is pretty bad. I just used it because get it out of the rotation. I've started buying tarot cards a lot more often because they do have the potential to be worth way... Well, they have the potential to be worth 0 a lot of the time. But they also have the potential to give you that deal with the devil after the mom fight, which I think is super important. Or you can get something like the Hierophant. Not that we bought that one, but still. This is looking pretty nice to me. Maybe fighting the bloat. Pop Book of Belial. Shouldn't be the easiest boss fight in the world. In fact, you know, we don't really benefit from having piercing shots on this one. But at least we have Book of Belial, so we're doing more damage than you might otherwise be expected. And the main piss-off, of course, here is that we don't really have the ability to fly. But as long as Bloat spends a decent amount of time on the ground, that shouldn't matter all that much. Just don't jump. Thank you. Even just standing still for like a second helps out so much. Those eyes have the most bullshit Brownian motion. Okay, come down here. I'm gonna bait you down here. Yes, thank you. Alright, now make some creep. Okay, well, that's fine. I appreciate that you were cooperative for at least a little while. If you could just F right off, that would be great, eh? I haven't been hit by any of the brimstone shots, which is normally where I get tagged. Okay, finally! This has worked out for us. We did get a deal with the devil instead of an angel, which might be exactly what we need right now. Yes! Ability to fly. Totally fine. I also think it's pretty good to take Luckfoot, which means all pills are not bad. We don't really have anything else that we're waiting for in this floor. We can go back and get that chest, and I will do so because I'd like to get a key. But let's take this pill now. Alright. That could have been bad trip before, maybe it morphed into full health, or it could have always been full health, I don't know. So this allows us to very freely get this money. I think this improves us a great deal. The Spectral Tears effect is obviously more or less worthless. But that's okay. I'd say this floor turned out relatively well for us. And we're likely to end up on the depths next, which is pretty good. Maybe we got a winning run built out of this one. Do we know these pills yet? One's bad gas, the other one was like bombs or key? I found pills. Man, what a terrible supply when you have Luckfoot. But oh well. We didn't get a key, we got Isaac's head. You know, it's worth picking up, but it wasn't worth walking back here for in the first place. Considering we're probably just gonna have to get rid of it on the next floor. I imagine we're gonna end up fighting greed. Like, that's why I didn't buy a Steam sale. There's a lot of reasons why I didn't buy a Steam sale. One of them being that we have 54 cents and there's only one shop remaining. But another one being, you know, we're probably gonna fight greed because we haven't fought greed yet, so why waste our money? Well, you know, it might be worth buying the Steam sale just so if we fight greed, he can't actually drop it. But I think that just means he would drop money instead, guaranteed. So, it doesn't really help us out. Alright, down to, hopefully, Depths 2. It's Necropolis 2. Honestly, that's fine. We're a lot stronger than we were when we came down to Necropolis 1. And raw liver is huge! It shows up so infrequently that to pick it up, it's like witnessing a unicorn in the wild, except, you know, not totally imaginary. Also, it's happened, like, probably like 100 times to us. The unicorn thing, not raw liver. That's extremely rare. Careful. hopefully we get a key here. Like, we've had to be pretty creative with our keys over the course of the game just to get access to some rooms. Of course, I'm hoping that there's a lot of seams available here. I'm hoping that there is a blood bank, hopefully in an arcade, so we can have a little bit more flexibility with our gambling. I'm hoping that there is a boss trap room so that we can make the best of the blood bank. And apart from that, I'm just hoping that maybe we get a teleport card and have the ability to get a deal with the devil after our mom fight. If we do, great. If we don't, probably still pretty good. And we should really be thankful because you don't normally get the kind of HP that we've gotten as any character, but especially as Judas, you know, starting from so low, you know, you don't... Oh man, that's such terrible damage. You don't often have the ability to feel so secure in your health as we are as Judas, so I appreciate that. It really nullifies, like, the main concern that you have when playing as Judas most of the time, which is, holy crap, one hit could kill me at any time. Now, Mob Trap Room is unopenable for us. Again, keys very short supply. This guy is screwed, he doesn't even know it yet. Live bomb, probably stay away from that one. This guy's screwed, he doesn't even know it yet. That one turned out a lot better. Come on, arcade over here. Alright, boss room. This floor has a boss room on it, that's exciting. That means there should be a boss. If I had to guess, it's probably gonna be Mom. But could be some kind of, you know, variety of Mom. I've been wrong before. And with our key, I know that I think it's pretty likely we're gonna fight Greed in the shop, but I still think you gotta try the shop just in case luck is on our side and we end up being able to buy a key in there. Plus, the shop pool is better than the item pool on average, in my opinion. Plus, this could be a second secret room. Yeah, it was. That was very surprising. Okay, we're not gonna get that yet, just in case there is a blood bank at some point. But we can always spend another bomb and come back and snag a free HP upgrade. Anyway, long story short, shops rule. Item rooms don't necessarily drool, but are more drooly. Now, I am probably not using Book of Belial as much as I should be, but at the same point, or at the same time, we're tearing these enemies up pretty easily. So I'm not stressing out about that too much. There's our arcade, which, you know, pretty much as expected. Before we go to the arcade, I'm going to explore the rest of the floor just to see if maybe there is a boss trap room. Because if there is a boss trap room, that'll change my behavior on the blood bank somewhat. And pretty much, we're just an Isaac machine right now, you know? We've programmed the rule list and the priorities and stuff like that into it, and it's just going. I haven't had any kind of special ingenuity that's helped me do anything crazy on this run. This run pretty much just comes down to, you know, good RNG right now, and that's about it. We're just along for the ride. The game's taking us for a ride, like it's the character select screen from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Alright, we knew this was gonna happen. Fighting Greed is probably not even Book of Belial worthy, but it's pretty easy for us to take damage because we've got no orbitals, so we might as well. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna take that nickel and get out of there. I don't think it's worth possibly losing a Spirit Heart just to pick up a little bit more money. Like a very, very little bit more money. Maybe 4 cents back there. Could take us to the magic number, but at the same time, that's not that prudent for game purposes, at least. Alright. Kind of just want to throw like a Mr. Mega Bomb in there. At the same time, I don't want to get too close because the turret will start to fire. But hey, maybe that's what we want. Come on now. There we go. We will pick up that extra bomb. Alright, now it's gambling time. We could possibly snag 2 HP and a speed upgrade here. The speed upgrade's nothing to sneeze at, man. I would very much like to get it. And we don't have any penny trinkets, so that's okay. Just gonna see if maybe we can earn some more anythings here, basically. Wow, that was fast. Well, we don't really need any more money, so I'd say there's pretty much... Oh, that's exactly what we wanted. I'd say there's pretty much no point in using that IV bag. Wow, that was pretty terrible. But at least we got it, I guess. So we're pretty much done with this floor. We're gonna go item room. We will go to the mob trap room, and unless we get more keys, we'll save our last key and use that, you know, to build on for the chest and whatnot. Magnet. It's bad, but we might as well pick it up so it doesn't show up again later. Huge candidate for a reroll. I'm gonna stay at a half-heart interval just because why not, right? So, mob trap room. If this opens up and has, like, skeleton key in it, I would be super happy, but I doubt that it's going to do that. Hey, you know what? It killed an enemy, gave us more bombs, and gave us our key back. Now, with only 2 keys, I'm definitely not going to open that other golden chest. But, I'm happy that we got the key, because it does allow us to build on for the future. You really want to, once you get past the depths, you want to hit that magic number of 4 as quickly as possible, just to give yourself a little bit of security that there's still a small chance that you can improve yourself as time goes on. And I think, you know, it's probably fairly obvious why I'm not using Book of Belial on this room. We have Mom coming up next. Probably likely to hurt me a little bit more than a mob trap room is, so another bomb, beautiful. Pretty good floor. Obviously that IV bag payout was a little bit suboptimal, but it's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. Lover's card we'll take with us for the future. It's a very kind of old school run here. Regular version of Mom, one of my 2 favorites. Now, just back it up slowly, but try to stay away from the walls whenever possible. It would be disingenuous for me to try to talk like mom fight strategy at this point, because also, mom fights. Great idea for a startup. Move to San Francisco, pursue your dreams, kids. I want to buy those DVDs on late night infomercials. Now, yeah, it would be disingenuous because you've seen the fight so many times. You know what I'm going to try to do. I'm gonna hit the segments as they appear, dodge the segments as they appear, and I'm going to try not to get hit by any of the enemies in the interim period as well. Now this is the nicest way to have this mom fight. No enemy spawn. Very limited crowd control. You know, our DPS is not incredible, as you're seeing. We're definitely, you know, this is one of those runs where we're much stronger on multi-target foes than we are on single-target foes. But on multi-target foes, we're, like, really, really strong. We got Squeezy as well, which I think is more ticks per second when it comes to damage. So I have no idea where our boss room is going to be here. I can make an educated guess. I'll say that it's, like, directly below us. And if it's not, then we'll go to the left. And if it's not, then we'll go, like, up into the right. But this is a bit of a tricky floor. It's a big one, you know, Utero 1, Curse of the Lost. At least it's not an XL floor, though. That would put us in a much trickier position because we wouldn't have a chance to deal with the devil. And we've definitely got the HP necessary to execute a sweet deal with the devil trade. And we've gotten super lucky here that we haven't been hit. We're not fast, but we're, you know, fast enough to get out of the way of Gemini. And then we won't have very much knockback to deal with on these guys. And we can hit them both at the same time. So our damage is really, really lacking right now. It seems. But I still like our position as it is right now. We just need a little bit more. It's not... Why dodge directly into that shot? Like, I had to work for it. It's not inconceivable that we could win, even if we got nothing else of value. But I think, you know, we're going to end up on a situation on those Isaac and... Well, let's start with the Isaac fight, where we're taking a ton of damage, and, like, all of our Spirit Heart Reservoir, with our current damage even augmented by Book of Belial, could pretty easily be... like, that whole Spirit Heart Reservoir could pretty easily be exhausted just on that one fight. We could get hit, you know, 10 or 12 times on that fight. So I'm really, really hoping that we manage to improve ourselves more than I expect that we will. In the meantime, this was not the right way to go. I should... Oh, you know what? I was like... I was kicking myself for even going to that second to last room. But then I remembered, even though the floor is huge, we're not actually on an XL floor. This is a very tricky situation here. So because we're not actually on an XL floor, it's not like it'll be a double dead end. Or a double boss room at the end. It'll just be you know, a regular single boss room. This is like bomb country. Oh my god, it worked. We took a lot of damage on that room. I'm not totally sure how I would have avoided it, even in like an ideal situation. So I think that bomb at the end was pretty important. These guys should be easy. Yeah, we can really feel like on this floor more than any floor that's preceded it that we're really suffering on damage here. I appreciate the Spirit Heart. This is not our boss room, but that's okay. Really easy enemy to take out there. Like, even these hearts, I'm not saying we should be one-shotting them, but it's taken us, like, you know, 2 to 3 seconds of sustained fire to actually kill them, which is a lot. So yes, we could take the left hand, or we could take Burnt Penny with us for now, and then just take the Polaroid when we leave, but yeah, that was a stupid pickup there. I don't necessarily think it's that prudent. I'm not going to open that. I'm not gonna gamble there. Mostly out of laziness. That is, you know, the right play. You know what? I think I can do this. Come on. I believe in me. Okay. That time, we made it work. Situations like that, it's pretty nice to just have one orbital so you can, you know, not have to go through that ridiculous song and dance. But hey, at least I didn't waste a bomb to make it happen. Again, this is like my ideal enemy right here. Even though I took damage, that's my own fault. I should have been more aggressive with my dodge. Liberty Cap, decent. I think it's okay to lose one Spirit Heart to check out our curse room. Yeah. So, we didn't lose one Spirit Heart. We actually... I'm content with Book of Belial because we have nothing that augments our spacebar item. If we could actually end up using the nail because we had like Nun's Habit or something, I'd be thrilled, but we're not in that situation. So I'll just be content that we took an item that we don't really want out of the Deal with the Devil pool for the Deal with the Devil that we're hopefully about to get. And really, what would be the ultimate like buzzkill is if we got Krampus on our Deal with the Devil. We should get a Deal with the Devil. It's not 100%, but it's close. Assuming we don't take red heart damage, which again, we have like a huge cushion there. But if we get Krampus, like Lump of Coal, I don't think is going to affect us too much with technology. It might be a +2 damage upgrade, which would be great, but I know that I only know for sure that applies to Brimstone and Mom's Knife. Alright, so you're going to shoot at me through here. Really? Alright, blow up the rocks. You know the deal. Gotcha. That is not our boss room. And we're going to end up doing a lot of exploration here. This is why, you know, I wanted to pick up the compass so badly. We could avoid some of this, but I don't think we've lost too much more than we've gained. Let's try to take... Ooh, jeez. Let's try to take out the little guts before we knock out the big one. Really? Alright, let's try this out. Guess we're not going to be using Book of Belial. That's okay. More keys. We could open that golden chest in the boss trap room, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to be going up against the Fallen. Okay, this is the ideal, like the 1 in 100 possible dream situation for us. There we go. I was hoping I'd maybe be able to sneak in a Mr. Mega that could hit both of them. No such luck, though. And that's okay. We'll save some bombs, use those against Mom's Heart, which should be easy. We've got a really nice layout for taking out Mom's Heart. Like, crowd control shouldn't be much of a problem. And there's the Pact. Beautiful item. A little bit of a damage increase in DPS plus Spirit Hearts. And there's our Lump of Coal. So, you know, at least we got one Deal with the Devil item that I know is decent. At least I can't believe that bomb didn't work. Wow, okay. No more bombs. That's the new rule. I can't be trusted with them. That was terrible damage, but that's okay. Let's just hope that Lump of Coal is a flat +2 damage increase when we have technology. It's going to be hard to parse like the damage increase that we're getting from the Pact and the damage increase that we're getting from Lump of Coal. If there is indeed a damage increase that comes from Lump of Coal, but sure. You know, this is the situation, this is the hand that we've been dealt. We don't have any extra control over it, so we might as well just learn to love it. Please. Just be deceased. I can't afford to hemorrhage too many more Spirit Hearts here. Alright, it's shaping up to be a bit of a long run. That's okay. It happens from time to time. Curse of Darkness. Damn, dude, I couldn't find the boss room anyway, so I don't think a Curse of Darkness is really that big of a deal. If I had the compass, I'd be pissed, but with only the map, I was suffering really badly trying to find the boss rooms anyway. Alright, our shots, like even our individual tiers are doing alright, but technology is still where the money is. This is big. So this Demon Judgment, you know, could potentially kill me. Or it could potentially give me Magic Mushroom, which is a huge upgrade for us. All stats up. If we can get an attack fly here, I would be very, very happy with the situation. Our individual tiers can kind of protect us while or still do damage while I'm keeping myself over these rocks. Starting to clear it out a little bit. And this is with Book of Belial, so I was like, oh, our damage is getting like really darn good. Don't get me wrong, I love getting an all stats upgrade. I'm just still a little bit underwhelmed with our DPS, but that's okay. We've improved it a lot over the past, well, even not even a couple of floors, just like the past, like, 7 or 8 rooms, if you include the boss room. Oh, that's not so good. Now we've lost, probably a good few more spirit hearts than we've gained since we came down to, like, the post-depths part of the game. This one's still a borderline run. It's not a one run by any stretch of the imagination, but we have decent damage and a lot of HP. I would much prefer... Ugh. Let's probably do a decent amount of damage themselves, but whatever. I would much prefer to have amazing damage and, you know, a middling amount of HP. But we don't really have too much control over that, so let's not get too bent out of shape. Is it worth it? I think it might be worth it here. I know we could gamble like crazy on that fortune teller, by the way, but I'm not gonna do it. My hunch is that we have so many spirit hearts that it's very easy for us to get red hearts back, even if we run out of them while we're gambling here. But we know for sure this will pay out with the blood bag eventually. Alright, so that's that. We'll gamble on here. I'd say we'll gamble until we get to like 90 cents. Just for now. Okay, that's very helpful. We even got a spirit heart back there. And we'll be a little bit aggressive in our gambling here. Oh, never mind. We won't have the opportunity to be that aggressive in our gambling. He's not giving us red hearts, so I think we just leave and try to get to like a half-heart interval. Which is going to be harder than it looks, but if nothing else, we did gain a spirit heart there. And money, but, you know, money equals power is pretty unlikely to show up right now. Yeah, I should have been hit about 4 times there. That's okay. Ooh, careful, please. And we have access to the boss trap room. I did not expect there to be one here. It's a bit of a blessing in disguise. Let's lose our spirit heart by coming in here. Gives us Guppy's tail. Small chance we can become Guppy, but it's a free item and we have some golden chest to spare. Wire coat hanger? I just wanted to make sure we didn't spawn both bosses at the same time. Wire coat hanger is an acceptable pickup for us. Again, our individual tiers will fire more often, plus we get more damage ticks from technology 2, I think. And our DPS, you know, it's slowly starting to work its way out of the gutter here. It's been a very long run, but we may have a chance to kind of, you know, pilot this one into the victory docks. Which, to the best of my knowledge, is not a real thing, but it doesn't mean we can't get there. Yeah, we can't do like a Tammy transformation as much as I might like to. We have some more HP, and I'm still, because we have enough spirit hearts, I don't want to say so many, but because we have enough spirit hearts, I'm committed to maybe, ooh, yeah, that's good. I'm committed to maybe gambling as much as we can on our blood bank to try to get the blood bag. 1 HP could make the difference on this run. I doubt it will, but it could. And I would really like to get that speed upgrade, actually. I feel kind of slow. Which is not the be-all, end-all, but it'd be nice to fix it. I would like to get to a half-heart interval as well. We've already had this room, but hopefully because we got Shoop the Whoop once, we're now, you know, more likely to get the attack fly. Again, not a game-winning item, but it's pretty okay. There is a blue one. Apparently, as people are now telling me, the consensus has changed, and now killing the blue one last actually is considered to give you a better chance of getting the attack fly. Maybe it always was, but I was told that it was that was erroneous. Whatever, though. We got an extra spirit heart and another key out of that. That feels pretty good. I mean, I say we fight... Nah, you know what? Let's explore the rest of the floor. We've already committed to a long run here. Let's just... We might as well do our due diligence. Otherwise, if I end up losing, I'll feel pretty bad about the whole situation. Again, a half-heart interval, though, would be kind of nice if they could make that happen. Oh, well, that's it over there, I guess. That's so good, though! We've gotten so many spirit hearts that we really don't deserve to have. And I'm very thankful for it. So I think we go right now, and this is our way down to the arcade, maybe? Yes. Alrighty. Come on, work with me here. Easy payout. Easy skins, easy life. Hey, there we go. So it did work out. Now we will go to our boss fight, and with 18 Mr. Mega Bombs, technology, and good damage, we won't have a Book of Belial charge, which is actually kind of sad, but it's going to be an easy fight regardless. The real conundrum is going to come once we get to the cathedral. I'm a bit skeptical of our chances on the cathedral, but if we get past the cathedral, anything can happen. So I fell victim to my own routine there. I tried to get like super close so that an orbital could deal damage, but there's no orbital to deal damage here. It's very rare that you have a whole run that goes by with no orbitals. We're not doing nearly as much damage as I thought we would be. Like, the bomb keeps going off just before. Okay, like, don't even use a bomb here. Yeah, like, the bomb keeps going off just after, sorry, Mom disappears. There we go. We made it work for ourselves. And now we're doing decent damage, but there was a period there where I was like, oh, we're actually screwed. I've grossly overestimated our capabilities. No, we're fine. That was just, like, the timing was just off by enough to be terrifying. I still think that Spectral Tears plus technology should give you the ability to have, like, your technology shoot over rocks. It just makes sense to me. That's so good. Considering that, you know, Brimstone could shoot over rocks, and I'm flying, so I can just, like, you know, fly over the rocks and shoot at them. But what do I know? So, you know, we're getting a little bit of a barometer for our damage here as we fight Monstro 2, and it's very clearly not Mom's Knife Polyphemus levels or Brimstone Polyphemus levels, but I think it's a pragmatic amount of damage, you know, it's enough for us to do something with. And it's probably not worth going to. So our boss room is almost certainly now on the far right, but we might as well check all of the dead ends just to make sure. You never know, sometimes you can get some free, easy access to the boss room. I don't know what we're using this Hermit card for, by the way. Did I get this before the... No, I got it on the womb. If I got it on the depths and I didn't use it to try to get a deal with the devil after Mom, then that's my mistake. But I'm pretty confident we picked this up on the depths. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for. Should use it to teleport out of a curse room, I guess. Good, we got him trapped. So I'm not using Book of Belial very often just because I'm trying to make sure that I have it ready for the boss. Probably a little bit overly fastidious. That's okay. Down here, no boss room. These guys are dead, they just don't know it yet. That was pretty lucky. I didn't want to play chicken with that guy. That guy I did want to play chicken with. Hey, this is super lucky. Okay. Now, if there is a benevolent force in the universe, this will also be a great secret room for us. But we do have the 1-up. So even if things go terribly wrong, we'll respawn with a decent amount of red hearts. But really, we have enough spirit hearts that I'm very confident we'll at least beat Isaac. I really don't know beyond that. Because I don't know how many spirit hearts we have. Or how much, whatever. Or how much damage we're going to be doing against Isaac. Alright, we're going to Book of Belial. I think it's, you know, pretty much a guarantee that I'm going to get hit a decent amount on this fight. But every time we get hit, we're going to sneak in, drop a Mr. Mega shot right next to him, because those bombs are going to do an awful lot of damage for us. So we might as well make the best use of them we can. Just get ready. Like, I'm trying to dodge as well as I can, but, you know, we're gonna get hit. There's not too much we can do about it. And I'm using my bombs here instead of on Blue Baby because, you know, statistically speaking, I think the Blue Baby fight on paper is harder, but in reality, oftentimes ends up being easier, and you're more likely to survive it than the Isaac fight, because you get these items here. But, as of right now, these didn't really do that much for me. I'm happy to have Lard. I'm very glad now that we got that speed upgrade, because obviously Lard, you know, slows us way down. But the extra HP I think is worthwhile. Oh, come on. What do we need now on this run? One full health pill would win it for us, as far as I'm concerned. Full health, sun. We have 2 more keys. We'd be ashamed to not use them on anything. But I think we're in a very good position to win. And we could actually, there's actually like kind of 2 roads diverge in a wood here. Yeah, that's not very good. When we fight triple boss rooms or triple mini boss rooms, normally, you know, the standard, actually there's 3 roads diverge in a wood here. This is an interesting situation. Normally, the standard is you kill Sloth if Sloth is around, because that gives you the tarot cards, potentially. But we could instead kill Wrath last and try to get more bombs, because we only have 3 right now, and those are going to deal a lot of damage. Nice, on our late game boss fights. Or we could kill Gluttony because we have the Miter and we'd be more likely to get Spirit Hearts. Or we could kill, you know, Sloth on rooms where there's all 3 of them. As mentioned, you know, for the obvious tarot card benefit. I think I'm gonna, you know, take the middle option on this room. I'm not gonna go for the Spirit Hearts, I'm gonna go for the bombs. I think more bombs helps us more than the chance at more Spirit Hearts does. So we got, you know, Blood Rights there. Bad item as far as I'm concerned. And we only got 1 more bomb out of that whole situation, but it's not so bad. Yes! So if we play our cards right, we could bait him into doing those Brimstone shots, which gives us a bit of a longer period where we can deal sustained damage. Like so. You know, it's certainly the riskier option, but it got the job done here. This is our boss room, and I think we're in the clear. It's been an incredibly long run. Well, you know, top like 30 percentile anyway. But it's been a fun run, and as far as Judas runs go, an extremely comfortable one as well, so I can't really complain all that much. It's not totally won yet, but the odds are very, very much in our favor. Especially because we got some extra Spirit Hearts there. So yeah, we'll be throwing down Mr. Megas as much as we possibly can. Left a big Mr. Mega in the Dookie Bowl this morning. Not Doggy Bowl, that would be pretty much animal abuse. Not even pretty much, like textbook example. Not any textbook I want to read, though. We're not really, like, it might seem like I'm being lazy and, like, tanking shots, but I'm not. The shots are just mostly unavoidable. I'm trying to dodge as much as possible, but hey, this fight's over. That was a good run. It was a different run. Deals with the devil, you know, helped us, but didn't necessarily carry us, and it was a good one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.